Hey, Joe, I have a client who opened her accounting practice and wants me to do all of her marketing. What services would be best for her to start off with? She has a truly amazing offer. She will look at the last 10 years of your taxes and see if you qualify for a refund. Excuse me. If so, she'll charge you 33% of that refund is her fee. Okay. If not, the service is free. So that is an amazing offer. It's a great offer. 33% seems a little high, but she's also digging back pretty far, right? 10 years. So I've seen offers where, for $1,000, somebody will review the last 3 to 5 years of your tax returns to find you like essentially lost money, right? Where you can get a refund back from the government. So I think that is a great offer. But let's start out kind of from the beginning of the question. So first and foremost, just be careful. And yes, I'm gonna literally write, just be careful. At the end of the day, here's the thing, it's a brand new company. Okay, so you could deliver this brand new company results that nobody else in the market could get. And because they have no benchmark, because they're brand new, because they don't have all their systems and processes, because they're brand new to the scene, they've never run these type of marketing campaigns before, they don't know what's good and what's bad in terms of results. There's really no way for you to define very well that you're a rock star, right? Or that you're doing your job effectively. Give me some feedback in the chat if that makes sense. Just give me a 1, give me a yes, aha moment, give me something in the chat. Zach says, what's her number? Exactly, man, I'll call her up. Give me some feedback in the chat if that makes sense, right? Yeah. So you're gonna wanna be careful with this one, okay? You're gonna wanna just be careful. I would take this slow if I were you, all right? So in terms of a marketing rollout, first and foremost, just be careful, all right? Take it one step at a time. I wouldn't go in and sell them like the whole enchilada, okay? Because they don't have respect and appreciation for the whole enchilada yet, right? Understand that there is a customer journey that they need to go on. Okay, and I'll teach you guys how I would sell this if I were you to try to preserve your relationship and your integrity as well as you take them through these the ropes and learning, right, marketing lessons. All right, so first and foremost, just be careful. Second, I would start by selling them some type of setup fee for tracking. Okay, so at the end of the day, all marketing comes down to tracking, right? You need to be able to track in Google Analytics what's working. You need to track if they're taking calls via the phone, right? You got to tie that back into your marketing. Okay, if you're going to run Google ads, you got to set up conversion tracking. If you're going to run Facebook ads, you got to set up conversion tracking. The same with Instagram and same with YouTube ads and every other platform out there. Okay, so at the end of the day, most businesses haven't even set up their tracking. Okay, and we just go trouncing in and we're like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, and we skip right over the tracking, right? So educate them. So the way that we like to do this is we like to set up tracking and conversion tracking to make sure that we're dropping pixels for retargeting across all the platforms. We like to be omni-channel, right? And omni-relevant. Okay, so omni-relevant, we're always showing up with retargeting. Omni-channel, we're across all the platforms. Okay, and we can do this very effectively and on a budget with remarketing or retargeting, right? Only paying for impressions or only paying for clicks. Okay, so we can seem like we're the Coca-Cola or we're the Apple of the industry without their budget. Okay, so I like to do this. The one important thing here is I like to start off by using Google Tag Manager. So I will go set up Google Tag Manager, or my team will. We will give our client, okay, the snippet to install on their website for Google Tag Manager. We will then set up and do all of the rest of the tracking setup through Google Tag Manager. So they only ever need to install one piece of code, right, on their website. Okay, no more like, oops, shit, my developer, overwrote that, theme, and this piece of tracking is gone, but this one's still here and this other one's not here. This can just be a disaster. Trust me, For those of you guys that have been in the space for a long time, you're like, yeah, man, we should have been using Tag Manager for a long time. So I would set up the tracking and help them understand what they're going to get out of it. They're going to know what marketing is working and what marketing isn't, but they're also going to be able to start setting up the pixels for remarketing and retargeting, right? And that's the biggest play. Okay, so next, after tracking, okay, is we want to be omnipresent and we want to be omni-channel. And these are two of the topics that I talked about in one of the presentations last week at this event. So omnipresent and omni-channel. The way that we do that again is through retargeting or remarketing. Okay, so we do this, right? So when a customer comes to our website, right, or they have an interaction with our brand on Facebook or YouTube, 99% of them aren't going to buy, right? They're going to leave. That doesn't mean that they've made their buying decision, right? Or that they finalized their decision on who they're going to purchase from. That just means that they got distracted, right? Oops, squirrel, right? And they're off to the next thing. Okay, so we like to sell retargeting and remarketing to help convert those people into customers. Okay, and guys, this is layup sales. This is like, you could set this shit up in terms of retargeting and remarketing completely ass backwards. Like my 7-year-old son, Silas, could set this up and still add 10, 20, even 30% more conversions just by setting it up and following the on-screen instructions. Does this make sense to everybody in terms of what to sell and why, kind of the rollout, so to speak? If you guys could give me some feedback in the chat. And then there's some ways that we like quite literally supercharge this stuff in terms of retargeting and remarketing that nobody in the space is doing. Okay, by all means, just getting in front of them, you're gonna add 10% more sales. You're gonna add 20% even more sales, and you're gonna be able to show it and prove it with retargeting just by doing it. But then you can take it to a whole nother level. Give me some feedback and I can talk about a whole nother level real quick. If you guys want me to do that, right? You guys want me to do that? Give me some feedback here. All right, next level, please. Yeah. Let's see, what's Zach saying? Let's talk about it. All right, cool. So one of the things I like to do in my remarketing and retargeting is the first 7 days to 14 days, depending on the offer, depending on the business and what they're promoting. If they're promoting one product or they're promoting 10 products, I like to have an indoctrination sequence, okay, for retargeting and remarketing. And what I mean by that is I want to control the narrative about my brand, okay, over the first 7 to 14 days. I want to do that essentially through storytelling. Okay, and we can do this. Indoctrination is getting somebody to understand your beliefs or understand certain things without any preconceived notions. So we can do this through remarketing and retargeting by storytelling. Okay, if we want them to think that we're a passionate company, right, we can show some ads with somebody crying saying the amazing results that they got with our company. We can show an ad for a roofing company saying every single year we donate a portion of our proceeds to this charity. We can show them an ad saying this is what we do every single year. We donate a house to a veteran. If we want them to think that we are experts, we can give them tips and tricks saying watch out for these common pitfalls and mistakes that homeowners make when they're hiring a roofer. Here's tip number 1, right? Here's tip number 2. Here's tip number 3. Understand that we can truly control the narrative and what somebody thinks about our brand over the first 7 to 14 days or whatever that timeline is from inception of them hearing about our company. Give me some feedback in the chat if this is like some next level shit, right? Nobody's talking about this stuff. Zap says, Joe Troyer, you on it today. Yes, sir. So guys, I could spend an hour just talking about this. But then what we want to do is we want to go in and we want to start dropping, right, over time, we want to drop an offer. Okay, so we want to drop a specific offer about a service that they have. Then we want to show a review about that, right? Same type of offer. Then we want to show a before and after, or a case study or a testimonial about it. Then the next week, we want to move to the next product or service. Okay, and by controlling frequency and how often people see your ads, right, we can really, really bring down the cost for retargeting. so they only see that ad once a day, right? And you're changing up the banners so often, there's no banner blindness. So guess what happens? Your click-through rate and your cost per click, your click-through rate goes through the roof, your cost per click goes crazy down, okay? And you just get crazy amazing results with retargeting and remarketing. Okay, I've seen literally a 30% increase in sales just from remarketing and retargeting. Okay, so next up, what's up after that? Okay, so if this person is doing accounting, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go for a very small cost per click, cost per acquisition type of play from Google search. Okay, and the reason that I'm gonna go after Google search versus, let's say, like Facebook or any type of display ad is because I want people searching for the product so that they have intent to buy, and that we're not just interrupting them with a great offer and hoping that they'll actually step into our business, that they'll actually come into the dentist office or the accounting office and actually do business. Okay, it can be very, very hard to get somebody's attention, right, on Facebook and then actually get them to do something once you've got their attention. Okay, we need to make sure that we're getting patients or customers, right, in the seats, inside the office. So what I would do here is I would focus specifically on call only ads on Google Ads. Why? Because the cost per acquisition is going to be much less than the rest of their campaigns, right? So they can get started there, they can perfect there, they can start to get some more volume, not just recovering more of the advertising dollars that they're already spending with remarketing or retargeting. From there, then I would expand from just call only ads to mobile ads in general on Google Ads. Okay, because call only ads aren't going to show all the time. Your impression share isn't going to ever hit 100, right? So you're going to have to run mobile ads as well. Okay, so I would run mobile ads, and guys, there's so much search volume on mobile these days, it's crazy. And we want to take advantage of somebody being on mobile and making a split-second decision and calling us and those high conversion rates versus sending somebody from desktop to a landing page and letting the landing page have to sell them, right? We've seen conversions drop from 30, 40% on mobile, right, to like quite literally 10 or 15% if we're lucky on a desktop site. So that's what I would do here, mobile ads on Google Ads, and then finally I do a tablet and computer campaigns rollout on Google Ads. Okay, and then from there, right, we can just go crazy. We can jump over to Bing ads. With Bing, you're not going to get, typically, you're not going to get near as much volume. The CPA sometimes will be a lot lower. It really depends upon the demographics of the people that you're going after, though. Okay, one note here for Bing is if the market that you guys are showing ads to is senior or not tech savvy, this can typically do very well with Bing. Okay, you can oftentimes actually get some really good volume, and you can do it at a cheap price. The reason why is this is the demographic that buys a brand new Windows computer, okay, that comes with Internet Explorer by default installed, and the default search engine is Microsoft, and they never change it. Okay, so if that's your target, you should definitely be thinking about Bing ads sooner rather than later. Okay, then after this, right, then I would start to worry about local SEO and kind of maps / organic rankings. Okay, does this logic make sense to everybody? Just give me a 1, give me a thumbs up, give me something. I don't know. I think you can do hearts now on YouTube in terms of live streams. I don't know. Get something to pop up in my life, making sure that I understand that we're on the same page. Good stuff? I don't know why I keep having to hit like show because some people's messages aren't showing it. Okay, cool. I think it's like when everybody says 1, it's like YouTube's like moderating it. It's like, yeah, I don't know if we should show this or not. All right, cool, great, good stuff. All right.